So here to do our spiritual mind treatment, our reading, and our affirmation, please welcome, one of the last times you're going to get to welcome this one, Reverend Rita Andriello.
So I have my husband on the cell phone here. Just in case some of you don't know, he is in Kaua'i because we're starting a spiritual center there, a center for spiritual living, and he went ahead of me. So, and he's got like kind of buffering on where he's staying now. So I said, well, you want to hear what I'm saying today, so I'm calling you there. He's there. Okay. You hear that? Okay, it's my turn now. Okay. Okay, so so we're starting this spiritual center in Kaua'i, and Patrick's gone ahead, and you'll hear more about that when I talk on the 22nd. But on Friday, something quite incredible happened. My dear Patrick was out running, and he fell. And I'm not going to tell you the whole story because that's not what this is about, but he did break his shoulder, and yeah, oh, yeah, it hurts and all that, and it's been quite a couple of days for both of us, but I want to tell you what came out of it because that's what's important. So I want to start with this quote, and I really lived this quote this last couple of days, and it says, Sir Ernest Holmes wrote, "Stay with the one and never deviate from it. Never leave it for a moment. Nothing else can equal this attitude." And then in caps, all caps, he writes, "To desert the truth in the hour of need is to prove that we do not know the truth. When things look the worst, that is the supreme moment to demonstrate to ourselves that there are no obstructions to the operation of truth. When the things look the worst," he says, "it's the best time to work, the most satisfying time. The person who can throw himself with complete abandon into the limitless sea of receptivity, having cut loose of all moorings, is the one who will receive the greatest reward." That's definitely my husband. He definitely threw himself into the complete abandoned, limitless sea of receptivity. Anyway, when this happened, what was interesting is that I'm sitting in the office and I get this call from the paramedics telling me that my husband's fallen. They're not telling me what's wrong, but that his chest is hurting. I didn't know what was going on, and I'm trying to get information, and they're trying to get information from me. And finally, I hang up, and because that's all I could do. And then Reverend Jay was sitting next to me listening to this whole thing. And, I'm a minister, but sometimes I need to know the truth as far as I might need a little help knowing the truth. I knew the truth enough to know that I needed help to get myself back on track. So I said, "Reverend Jay, just do a prayer with me now because I just want to just be centered." And so he did a prayer with me, and then like this feeling of just peace came over me, and I was fine. I was ready to drive home. And then as I was driving home, all of a sudden it happened again. I just felt myself going off center, like just going off, and I couldn't get myself back on. But I knew that I was off. That's the beauty of the whole thing. I knew that I was off, and I wasn't thinking really about myself. I was thinking more about my husband. So I called Reverend Sharon, and I go, "Sharon, just stay with me as I'm driving home, and just treat with me, and just keep reminding me of the truth. Just keep reminding me of the truth." And she did, and then I went home and I did what I needed to do. And pretty much after that, everything was fine in my mind. And I went on to experience this whole thing. And one of the things that came out of it for me is I've learned how to train my mind. I've been in this teaching for, I've been through 12 boot camps. I've been through CPR 3 times. I've been pretty much in every class. I've lived this principle. And so that when I get to something happens, I get to call on that part of myself and just know it. And it's such a magnificent thing. And that's why I love the science of mind. And I know that it works because I work it. And sometimes we come and we think, well, we'll come on Sunday and we get a fix and everything. But if we don't actually work it and take it into our lives, that's the most important thing. And that's what I got out of this. And also that even when things seem, my life is perfect, not because it's perfect, because I know that it's perfect no matter what's happening. That's the science of mind to me. I know that it's perfect, even when it might seem like it's not perfect on the outside. It's still perfect. Like, I know that this thing that has happened is a perfect unfoldment of whatever it is Patrick and I are doing in Kaua'i, which is to open this center. It's a healing and teaching center. Oh, okay. So, okay, you know, heal yourself. So anyway, so whatever is happening now, it has to be part of that plan, because in this teaching, it either is or it isn't. When something happens, it doesn't mean that the principle is not working. The principle is always working. So when you say something and you give a treatment and you say something to that law of cause and effect, it's doing its work within you, not outside somewhere. The law is within you. Ernest Holmes says, on my last page here, the spirit knows and the law obeys. Hidden away in the inner nature of real man is the law of his being. That law is inside us. It's not like spinning around out here and we're telling it things to do for us. It's inside us, and it's unfolding for us in our highest good. And I know that's what's happening right now, no matter what it looks like. And I know that my husband is perfectly healed. I'm just knowing that, and I would appreciate all of you knowing that with me. And just, you know, just sitting in the love and basking in the love. And I'm just grateful right now. Grateful for this teaching. Grateful for all of you. Grateful for my beautiful husband. I love you. And just grateful. So with that said, I want to read my affirmation. I have lots more, but I'm not going to. Here's my affirmation for you. It's, I live in the eternal now, where everything is perfect, just as it is. So repeat that with me. I live in the eternal now, where everything is perfect, just as it is. One more time. I live in the eternal now, where everything is perfect, just as it is. So close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Leave them open. It doesn't really matter. But just join me as I proclaim the truth. Taking a deep breath. And just knowing that there is one thing only, and that is this eternal life, God, the presence, the divine energy, the light, everything that made everything, that thing from which we all come, which we all are, the divine principle, the life substance, everlasting. I know that presence, that light, that substance, that divine energy, God, is in everything and in everyone. And I know it right now as myself. I know it as my beautiful husband, Patrick. And I know it as each and every person in this room and beyond, each and every creature, each and every part of creation. I know it as God expressing itself perfectly at all moments. We are on a path of divine evolution, and we are walking one step in front of the other, in principle, in light, in love. And so I know that each part of our life, no matter what is going on, what we are experiencing, that God is right there in the middle of it as us, revealing that truth within us, that we know that all is always well, all is eternal, all is life, all is love. No matter what's going on, that's the truth of it. And I know that with a surety right here and right now as I stand on this stage and in every day of my life. And I know it for each and every person here, right now and right here. No matter what is going on, God is right there, holding us, embracing us as us. This divine loving energy. And knowing all this to be true, I can only be grateful. Grateful for this great teaching. Grateful for life itself that runs through my body and through each of the bodies in this room, that divine, perfect energy. So grateful. So very grateful. And with this gratitude in my heart for it all, I just release this word. I release it with perfect love into law, knowing that it's done as I have spoken it, as we say. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you, honey.